Okay, so hello everybody. I wanted to test out the microphone on my laptop. I have no idea what the quality of it will be, so I decided to try testing it, and today we're just gonna be drawing my sona real simply. That's it. And I'm gonna talk about them while I do it. So yeah, so meme is my fursona, and I've had them for like 5 years now, about 5 years. And before that, before those 5 years, I had like a couple other sonas that I would kind of like bounce between, and ironically they were like both two of the first OCs that I ever had. So it would be like Stella, who was a human. She was a human and I would use her a lot. And then I think the one I had for longer was Carly, who's a cat, and I still have both of them. Although they're very different now, especially Carly. Yeah. So I had both of them for I don't even know how long. I don't really know. But then in like 2020, I don't remember why I designed meme, but I did, and the design was just perfect. So I haven't like had a new sona or changed the design a lot ever since I made meme. Like the design has been mostly the same, and I don't know what about it I like so much. It's just like it's like super simple, no fur markings, nothing really complicated. It's just them. I guess the most things that I've changed would probably be this fur shape right here, which they didn't originally have. They were bald basically. So yeah, in the older versions, in the first version, they were just bald. But eventually I added like this like it was like cheek fluff like how they have now, but it was more, it wasn't as spiky, it looked more like this. But then I started stylizing it as like these three spikes, and so that became how I would draw it, and I really like it. I think it's very cute. And then the ears are like not, this is just how I always drew fox ears. It's still how I draw fox ears mostly when I'm drawing my own characters that are foxes. So of course Ming gets that. And the eyes being all black are like, I remember when I was designing meme for the first time, I couldn't decide what kind of eyes I wanted, because I thought there's so many options. Like you could have like all black as the sclera, and then the pupil is a color or white, or it could be like normal eyes. You could have multiple. I just thought, wow, there's so many options, and I didn't know what to do. So I just decided to make it all black, and that's that. And now I really like that design. I think that's awesome. Really good choice. And yeah, and the reason that they don't have like fur markings, well, it's like, when I designed them, I really wanted to have like a fursuit of them, and I still do. I still want to have a fursuit of them. It's just, fursuits are very expensive. I mean, yeah, they are. Fursuits are super expensive. But I would watch a lot of videos and stuff about fursuits and how people got them, like unboxing videos, or people talking about the process of getting one and like tips and tricks for that, or even people making them. And I remember hearing that so yeah, fursuits are super expensive, but if your character has a lot of all natural colors, so like if your OC is like bright blue, that's probably gonna be more expensive than if they were like brown, because brown is a more natural color, and those are the furs that are less expensive. So I remember hearing that somewhere, and so when I was designing Meme, I was like, okay, well, white is a natural color. A lot of animals are white, so I just make them all white, and only white, no other colors. That's super simple. You only need one color, and it's white. That's it. So yeah, that's why they're all white. But it does make them look like an Arctic fox, and I don't know how true that is. How true it is that natural fur colors are more expensive. I don't know, but that's what I know, and that's what got us here. But you know what? It's fine, even if it's not true, because I still like this design. And the sweater, you know what? I don't really know why it's gray. Well, actually, I know why it's gray. It's gray because I liked having like very monochromatic designs that were just one color. So I made this one all gray. And I had other OCs like before this that were only black, white, and shades of gray, because I was doing a lot of traditional art, and then it's like very easy to do to draw them with a pencil if they're just all gray. So now Mimas are like that, except for the inside of their mouth, which is purple, and their teeth are the dark gray or black. I don't know why. I think I just like that. As for the heart symbol on their sweater, well, I always liked like hearts as like a symbol. Not just hearts, but especially like broken hearts. I really like those as well as a symbol. Not necessarily to do with like being broken-hearted, you know? So yeah, that's not the vibe I wanted. But that's why they have that symbol, because I just like that symbol. And that's it. So yeah. As for more things that are not like immediately apparent about their design, so Meme is like Meme is a fox, but as it says on their ref, they are a voidal being as well, which is my explanation for all the black eyes and the other weird stuff about them. The other weird stuff being their neck, which is like probably not noticeable at a glance. Obviously their neck looks pretty normal, but on the ref, you can see right here, it can extend forever and ever. Is that practical? Does that have a practical use? Not really. Not really, no. It's just a thing they can do. Which is fine. It doesn't come into play a lot, you know, there's not a lot of reasons in your day-to-day life to do that. But it is fun. I really like it. Why can they do that? Like, why did I decide they can do that? I don't remember, to be honest with you. I know it's been like that for a long time. Like, probably 2020. But why? I don't know. I don't know if that was a thing with my friends and we decided on together, which is like sometimes the case, sometimes not the case. But I know that's just how it is. So we're gonna be coloring this lineless style because I don't feel like doing line art right now, and yeah, thought it would look nice. I have a specific idea. So like, I'm not really sure how I'm gonna edit this. Normally with my drawing videos, you know, I speed it up and put some music on it, you know, speed paint. But because I'm talking, I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna like cut out my pause and stuff, or even if the audio is gonna be of good quality. I have no idea. Like I said at the start, I'm testing my mic. So it could sound really bad. I hope not though, because I like this idea of drawing and talking at the same time. Maybe a mix. I could even do like a speed paint, have it sped up and do a talk over it. Yeah, like a voiceover, which I wanted to do because I had a video idea for an art challenge, and I wanted to talk over it so I could explain my thoughts on it. You know, I just think it's fun. So hopefully my mic sounds okay. If not, I don't know. I think my mic is okay. Because, you know, I did voice acting in my my art fight team reveal video, and that sounded like okay, but that was also like in Scratch, so I don't know how much better that's gonna sound through what I'm recording with right now, because it's still my laptop, I guess, but I'm also recording through the mic anyways, is going through what I used to screen record, so maybe it's different. I don't know. Hopefully it's okay though. So, yeah, we're just gonna color this now. I had an idea for a drawing while I was rambling at the start about meme, and I just kind of came to this pose, but I have an idea with it. And also I'm using this pink because I'm gonna change it to gray when I'm done, but it's really hard to see that gray against the background and the sketch, so we're just gonna use pink because it's bright. You could easily see it. That's one thing about lineless that I don't like, is having to manage the colors when you're drawing under the sketch, because when you're drawing under the sketch and you want to color pick, you have to color pick from a spot like here and not under the sketch, because then you're going to get a darker color which is not the one that you were using. And it's easy here when there's like a bunch of open space without the sketch, but other times it can be really difficult because the sketch is in the way. Yeah, that's kind of annoying. Not a huge issue though. I still prefer it to line art because it's easier to fix, and you know, in my opinion anyways. Line art is like, oh dude, you know what? People always compliment me on my line art and like, thank you. I love you. I always appreciate compliments. But this is so, it's not fun. It's not fun. And you know what? I will do it when I feel like it. Like, I like coloring line art. Coloring line art is pretty fun, in my opinion. I love coloring it. And I think when it's colored, it looks really nice. And there's also some drawings that I think just work better as with line art as opposed to being lineless or something else. So yeah, I would do line art. Like, for reference sheets, I gotta do line art. It's not gonna work lineless, at least for me. But other situations, like this doesn't need line art. I can do lineless. I could have done line art though, if I really wanted to, but I don't really want to. Okay. And you know what? Meme is such a simple character. Like, this is gonna take like 2 seconds to do. That's another reason that I like meme being very simple, because coloring them is a very simple task. You don't like, you draw the face, that's all white, the eyes and the nose are black, the sweater is gray and dark gray, and the heart is black, and then like the rest of the body is white, the paw pads are gray, and then bam, you're done. You've got meme. That's pretty easy. And you know what? I think because it's so simple, I think meme has like a really recognizable design. You know what? I do love character design, but I don't really pay attention to things like character silhouettes, you know? I don't usually pay attention to something like that. But in meme's sake, I think it's very recognizable, especially with their cheek fluff, the spiky cheek fluff. I think it's very easy to tell who they are just from their head shape, like who you can kind of see it, because it's all white right now. The cheek fluff and the ears, like that's very much the unique shape. So I like that. That was not on purpose. I didn't mean to do that. You know, I was just like, that looks cute. Let's go for that. Let's go for that cheek fluff. And then that's just how I drew the ears. It's very nice. Another thing about it being simple that I like is people adapt it into their own style in a lot of different ways, because you know, I have a lot of art of meme because they're my sona. I draw them a lot, other people draw them a lot, and I just think it's really interesting how people how people draw them, because my style, you know, it's like, it can be complex, but it's usually not super complicated. And that's, you know, like I said, memes design is not very complicated or anything, it's just this. But some people, especially when drawing animal characters, they get more complicated with it, and it's really interesting to see. I think that's part of the fun of having people draw my characters, because I don't know how it's gonna look. I don't know how they're gonna interpret different things, you know. One example is meme's ears, which I draw, like, if you look on the ref, they're all white. They don't have an inside bit that you normally see with animal characters. And I even draw the inside bit for other characters, but not meme. Meme's ears are all white, but some people don't draw them like that. Some people give them an inner ear bit and make it like the purple color or black or gray. And that I don't mind, even though that's technically not their design. I still think it's really cool. I like it a lot. So yeah. People also will draw the cheek fluff differently. Like not as spiky, more like realistic. Yeah, realistic looking. And I think that's very interesting. Gonna make this tail darker because it's in the back. There we go. The hand is fine. Paw. I think, yeah, I love people drawing my sona in different styles, steadings. I love it. Especially because my friends all have very different art styles. I mean, yeah. So there's just a lot of ways you can translate meme. Some people are very different with it, which I actually love. And not just for meme, to be honest, because meme is really simple, but even my more complicated designs, like metric, because he has like a whole outfit and hairstyle, and he's got more parts to him. He's just more complicated of a design, and he gets drawn very differently between people. Sometimes because things aren't clear. Like a lot of people didn't realize he had a cape, so they don't realize he has a cape, so they don't know what to do with the part of the cape that's hanging off the shoulders because they don't know what it is. So they don't draw the cape, but they do draw the thing drooping over the shoulders. You know, I think that's, even though that is technically wrong, I think it's still funny that people do that. You know what? This is a fun video idea. I'm having fun drawing and talking, although I don't normally talk for a long period of time. The only thing is that I'm gonna have to subtitle all of this when I post it. Oh man, that's not gonna be fun. I do like doing subtitles. I think they're really good to have, and I love when other people have subtitles. But to do them manually, the way that I do it is it's very difficult. And for longer videos, it's not. Oh, it can be really frustrating sometimes. But you know, that's just what I'm gonna have to do. I don't mind that much. Besides, I would rather spend ages, working on subtitles, even if it is like frustrating or whatever, than have no subtitles at all. Like I try to have good subtitles. I don't know how to do the color coding and stuff, but I will just have regular ones. Although, man, people get crazy with subtitles sometimes, like in a lot of music videos. Particularly, oh gosh, I said that so wrong. Specifically, yeah, let's go with that. Specifically Vocaloid songs, or like covers of them. Those ones always have like crazy subtitles and stuff, and I'm like, whoa. I like that though. They're fun. And then like the color coded subtitles, There's people talking. I only see like Korean and Gemini Tediva because their subtitles are done by the same person. But yeah, that's really good. Okay, so here we have meme. I intentionally kind of put them in the middle and like at the bottom. I did that on purpose. Okay, I grabbed an image of a forest at night. I had this idea of me standing somewhere, just kind of waving in the middle of the night. So, obviously meme is super bright right now, stands out a lot. But we're just gonna color pick something from this image. Yeah, that works. And then you're gonna overlay it to like that is too warm, I fear. Hold on, let me pick something from like over here. Okay, yeah, that works better. I used to do this a lot when I was making those backrooms drawings. It's really nice if you're trying to make a drawing blend into a background, like a real picture or something else that you didn't draw or whatever. Or if you did draw it, you just color pick from like the image itself, specifically the light source. And then you apply it to the character in a layer mode. I don't know which layer mode, to be honest, whichever one works best, and then it'll help it blend in. Okay, so I had to stop recording my audio after that point, but I'm here to say I hope you guys enjoyed the video and me testing out my mic. It was very quiet, so I'll keep that in mind for next time. All I did after that though was finish the shading and stuff. I put the full drawing on the screen too. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Yeah, that's all. Goodbye.